A married couple who had just returned home from their honeymoon decided to buy a house. The couple was very happy because they managed to get a house at a very cheap price. It was a nice neighborhood close to the city, and it was a short walk from the shopping center. One day, the husband was walking down the hall when he spotted a red crayon line on the floor. The couple didn't have any children, so the husband wondered where the crayon had come from. Perhaps the previous residents left it behind, he said to himself as he casually threw it in the trash. The next day, the husband came home from work to find another red crayon lying in the exact same spot. He was very puzzled and decided to ask his wife about it. The wife grew pale and when he brought it up. She told him that every day since they first moved into the house, she had been finding red crayons when she was cleaning. They were always lying in the same spot at the end of the hallway. The husband was standing in the hallway, wondering about this weird phenomenon when he began to notice something wasn't quite right. The hallway was too short. He tapped on the wall at the end of the hallway and heard a hollow sound. Curious, he began peeling off the wallpaper, despite the protests of his wife. Behind the wallpaper, they found a pair of sliding doors. It was as if someone had carefully been hidden in the entrance of a closet or a small room. The husband discovered that sitting on the sliding doors had been nailed shut. He got a hammer from his toolbox and began prying the nails out, one by one. After pulling out the last nail, he slowly opened the sliding door to reveal a small hidden room. Looking inside, they saw the white walls of the little space that was covered with words scribbled in crayon. Over and over again were the words, "Mommy, I'm sorry. Let me out, Mommy, I'm sorry. Let me out, Mommy, I'm sorry. Let me out." And that, my little pretties, was The Crayons, a creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story? I actually have to say, this is actually a pretty good creepypasta. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a pretty good creepypasta. Despite the fact that, it is disturbing, like, how the part of what's really freaky is that the red crowns would appear on the same place every single time the couple were to find the crayon and put them in the garbage or throw it out or something, and they find out when they go through the sliding doors to find, a white wall with, letters written in red crayon, and saying, "Mommy lets me out, I'm so sorry." Now, I definitely have to say, why would the boy be writing that if he knew that no one would see him? Like, that's the question. I've been wanting to know, like, how and why would the boy be writing if no one knew he could see him? That's actually a pretty interesting question, which I'm always wondering about that. Now, of course, the pasta would have been a little bit longer, but, to be completely honest, that this story was actually a pretty good one. I do know this is like an older creepypasta, and I have seen other people narrate this story, so I decided to go check this story out for myself, and it's actually pretty good. Like, I'm pretty honest that this is honestly pretty freaky. So, about how the crayons get here, I actually have a theory as to what could have happened. The previous owners of the place probably would have been having, a child being there, and basically every time the child gets in trouble, he or she was left in the room. I think it's a boy, I'm pretty sure. He would be left in this one room, and on the white walls, he would draw stuff like he would say, "Mommy, please let me out, I'm so sorry." I have a feeling it was something of like a spirit from his. It's possible that the boy could have been mistreated by his parents and died in the house, which probably explains why the crayons been appearing at the same spot, and even the writing on the wall when the people walked out, when they walk into this one room. So I have a feeling that could be, possible of a fury. But, like, I mean, if you guys have, other theories as to, what could lead this to, being, what happened in the house in the past, feel free to do so, because I think I would like to hear your theories on this one. No, it's a pretty good story. Like, the ending was kind of pretty scary, to be completely honest. Like, I'm honestly gonna be honest that the ending was pretty horrifying, just to be, completely and utterly honest. And now another thing that I kind of would have to say is, though I definitely would agree, that this story actually, was pretty freaky. Like sitting there and seeing, the same crayon showing up in the same spot or anything like that. And of course, there's a note that says that the crayons is a sad and disturbing tale from Japan about a young couple who decided to buy a house that comes in a complete unsolved mystery. Now, I definitely have to say that might be a possible story. Like, I'm not really sure if this took place in Japan. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but I'm not really sure. But this is actually pretty possible, to be honest. Like, I remember kind of, hearing narrations of this story, and I honestly decided to, take a look at it. It's a pretty good story for what this is. Now, I definitely would have to say that the story actually provided a pretty good detail for, how this story went out. It's a really amazing story. I really do like how, the story concept of this is. I really do find the concept to be enjoyable. Although I do wish it was a little longer though. So then that way we get like a more explanation as to, what actually happened before the couple bought the house. Which, to be honest, I really would have to say that this could be possible. But yet again, it's just, well, theories. Now, if you guys have any theories as to, what could have happened or that, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I would really like to see that and see it in this, because I would like to see and hear your thoughts on it. So I would have to say that I really do find this story to be, well, enjoyable. It's a pretty good story for what this is. I really do find, this story to be an amazing one. I really would have to say that it's a pretty good, well-made story. I really do find it to be, a pretty good one. Although I do wish that maybe there's a little bit of an explanation, but yet again, that's just well, that's just what I'm thinking. But other than that, it's actually a pretty good story for what this is. I really do find this story to be, enjoyable for what this one was. Now, I'm not sure who the original author is of the story, as it does not say. But if I do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to, give him or her proper credit, as it's a pretty good story. I really do like it. It actually had a good concept for what it is. I really do like it. It's actually pretty well made. Really do find this story to be enjoyable in many ways I can count. So, as of this, I'm going to sit there and say this right now. And like I always continue to say, this is simply my own personal opinion. And if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regarding these creepypastas. And this is just simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. It's a great creepypasta. It was really enjoyable. It was pretty freaky with, how the ending went out. And it's actually a really well made story. I really have to say, to the author who wrote this story, I'm pretty sure he or she's gone to, write good creepypastas just as good as this one. I'm not saying that he or she actually did, but I really hope that's the case. But yet again, not really sure. But I will have to say this. Amazing story. It has a good plot line. I really like how everything went out. It's just a well-made story. It's really well done. Really do like this story. I really find it to be fun. So, anyways, I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? And also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. And don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, and you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.